Hollow Point City had never been a place of warmth, even in summer. Fog crept between the skyscrapers long after the sun rose, clinging to the old brick buildings like something alive. Locals joked that Hollow Point had only 2 seasons, gray and grayer. But on some nights, when the wind shifted and the streetlights flickered like dying candles, even lifelong residents felt a coldness that didn't belong to weather. At the center of this eerie reputation stood the Viridian Tower, a forgotten 32-story office building built in the 1920s. It was once the pride of the city, gleaming with marble floors and brass-trimmed elevators. But after decades of financial decay and a series of deaths, too many to be coincidence, it had been locked up and abandoned. For more than 30 years, the building's upper floors remained untouched, sealed off under city order. People whispered that something remained inside, something angry, something patient. And on the night of October 28, 2025, that something finally woke up. 1. The journalist. Evelyn Cross never believed in ghosts. As a journalist for the Hollow Point Herald, she believed in facts, deadlines, and paychecks, and the Viridian Tower was her ticket to all 3. A surge of online rumors about the building had gone viral. People claimed to hear screams from inside, to see silhouettes in the windows on the 16th floor, and to watch lights flicker even though the building had no electricity. Evelyn's editor wanted a Halloween special. Evelyn wanted a promotion, so she took the assignment. Armed with a backpack, a flashlight, and a small audio recorder, she arrived at the base of the tower just after midnight. The city around her was a hollow shell at this hour. Buses long gone, bars closed, streets silent except for far-off sirens. The Viridian Tower loomed overhead like a giant tombstone. Creepy, but photogenic, Evelyn muttered, snapping a picture. Her breath fogged the air even though the night wasn't cold. A sign of nerves, she told herself. Nothing more. She picked the lock on the side entrance. Old buildings were embarrassingly easy, and the heavy metal door groaned open with a sound like a long, pained exhale. Perfect, she whispered. Just what I needed. A door that sounds haunted. Inside, darkness swallowed everything. When she clicked on her flashlight, the beam lit a hallway lined with peeling wallpaper and dusty office directories. Every step echoed unnaturally loud. The silence felt thick, as if the building were holding its breath. She began her climb. 2. The stairs that whispered. The elevator had long since died. Its cables snapped and rusted. Evelyn took the stairs, her breath steady at first, but growing uneven as she ascended. She tried to focus on her article, Urban Myths of Hollow Point City, instead of the faint noises drifting through the stairwell. Soft tapping, scraping, something that sounded like whispering? No, impossible. Old buildings made noises. That was all. By the time she reached the 10th floor, the whispers grew clearer. They didn't come from above or below. They came from the walls themselves, as if the concrete carried voices trapped inside. Evelyn leaned closer. That's when she heard it. Turned back. She froze. Her flashlight flickered. For a moment, she considered running. But then she shook her head. It's the wind, she told the empty stairwell. Just the wind. She pressed on. 3. The 16th floor. The rumors online all pointed to one place. The 16th floor, once home to a small law firm, Goldwick and Hamer. The firm had collapsed in scandal. One of the partners reportedly killed himself here, though the city records were vague, too vague. When Evelyn pushed open the stairwell door to the 16th floor, the air instantly chilled. Her breath came out in white clouds. What the hell, she murmured. Her flashlight trembled slightly in her hand. Cubicles lay scattered in the darkness, papers frozen in mid-shuffle, as if someone had left abruptly decades ago. Shelves sagged. Desks lay overturned. Every sound she made seemed swallowed. Evelyn walked forward slowly, recording everything for her article. This is Evelyn Cross, documenting the interior of the abandoned Viridian Tower on October 28th. Her voice quivered, so she cleared her throat. Floor 16 appears to show signs of. A door slammed somewhere behind her. Evelyn swung around. Hello, she called. Is someone there? Silence answered. Then, click. Her flashlight went out. Panic flooded her chest. She slapped the flashlight until it buzzed back to life, the beam shaking wildly. When the light returned, she screamed. A shadow stood at the far end of the hallway. Tall, motionless, human-shaped, but wrong. Its limbs were too long. its head tilted at an unnatural angle. And though the face was obscured, she felt its stare carve into her. Evelyn stumbled backward. Who's there? The shadow melted into the wall like smoke. Gone. Her pulse hammered in her skull. I should leave. Right now? Forget the promotion. She turned toward the stairs, but the stairwell door she had come through was now firmly shut. And when she tried the handle, it didn't budge. Locked. Her stomach twisted. She hadn't locked it. Someone, or something, had. 5. The elevator shaft. The stairs were locked from inside. But maybe the elevator shaft. She found the old elevator doors and pried them open with a metal rod she found in a supply closet. Dust rained down. A blast of cold air rose from below, smelling faintly of rusted iron and something else. Rotting flowers? Only one thing made that smell: funeral wreaths. Her stomach twisted. The elevator car sat 3 floors below. She could climb down the ladder attached to the wall. She began to descend. After several steps, she heard the metal creak above her. Then, a whisper from somewhere above. Falling is faster. Evelyn froze. No, she whispered to herself. Keep going. Just keep going. The elevator cables moaned like something stretching awake. A sudden violent jolt shook the shaft. The flashlight slipped from her hand. She watched it tumble. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. Crash. The darkness swallowed the last of her light. She clung to the ladder, breath shaking. She had 3 floors left. 3 floors in pitch dark with something climbing above her. She didn't wait. She climbed, hands raw and trembling, until she reached the 13th floor landing. She forced the doors open just enough to squeeze through and collapsed onto the dust-covered carpet. The air here was different, heavier, wet, and filled with the scent of old decay. 6. The children's floor. To her bewilderment, the 13th floor wasn't offices. It looked like a daycare center. Bright murals decorated the walls, faded by time. Tiny chairs sat scattered. Broken toys lay strewn across the floor. Why would a daycare be inside a law office building? She whispered. A tiny laugh echoed from the next room. Evelyn stiffened. Another laugh joined it. Children. But their laughter was wrong. Echoing. Hollow. As if played backward on an old tape recorder. Nope. Absolutely not. She breathed, backing toward the stairwell. Before she reached the door, a toy ball rolled across the floor, stopping at her feet. Then a small voice whispered, "Play with us." Evelyn kicked the ball away. Something giggled in the dark. She turned and ran. The hallway stretched forever. Doors blurred. Her breath came in panicked gasps. She didn't know where she was going until she saw a faint light glowing under a doorway ahead. Light. Real light. She sprinted toward it, flung open the door, and froze.